Alright, well, it's been a week since we've installed our packages. We installed them last Saturday. So we want to just kind of get in there and see how they're doing. Looking at the front of the hives today, there's not a whole lot of activity from them. It is a little overcasty, looks like it's going to rain. It was raining earlier, but we have a nice part in the rain, so we're going to see if we can get in there and see if they need another box yet. Make sure that we refill their sugar syrup and just see how they're doing overall. So we'll open up the box. We're smoking it since it is a cloudy day. We know a lot of bees are in the hive, so we want to try and keep them as calm as we can while we're getting in there. Opening the box, you can see they aren't quite ready for another brood box to go on top yet. They're still kind of a smaller hive. They're probably filling about 3 frames out of a 10 frame. Looking at this sugar syrup though, it was very low, so we did go ahead and fill that up. You can see we're pulling out some frames that haven't even been touched. It wasn't until about the 4th one in that they were starting to draw comb on. We pulled out a couple frames though to see how it's going. The first one had a couple things of pollen and bee bread. And it looks like they were storing, I don't know if it was nectar or just that sugar syrup, but nothing was capped, but it was definitely there. The next frame you can actually start seeing some C-shaped larvae or pupa, and a couple of eggs that hadn't hatched yet, so you know the queen's doing well. I really wanted to see if we could find the queen, so we kept looking. She's got a nice brood pattern, but nothing was capped yet, so it was all new brood. Looking at this frame here, there are actually a ton of brand new eggs. I don't think I got it very well on the camera, but you could see they were sticking straight up, little tiny pieces, looks like little tiny pieces of rice in there. Bees are doing good. We'll pull out the next frame. We know we're getting close to her. We didn't see the queen on that frame, but we know we're getting close because those eggs were really, really fresh. So she had been there within the last couple days. So we'll pull out this next frame and hopefully she will be on that one. Look, she's right in the middle. Actually, it's almost off to the side. You'll see a finger kind of point at her as she travels up the frame, and then she gets hidden underneath a bunch of bees. So that was exciting to see her. We did get an unmarked queen, so she does blend in very well. Seeing her and that she's got some eggs laying, we decided to close that up. The bees are doing good. They don't need another box yet. We started moving on to the other hive, and it actually did start to rain, so we didn't actually pull out any of these frames, but they were about the same. They probably had about 3 frames of bees. We did fill up the sugar syrup, though, and close them back up because it was starting to rain. I didn't want them to get wet and cold if we didn't have to. Overall, I think the bees are doing really well. You can see they're bringing in pollen. I know most of it's probably pine pollen right now. There's a lot of pine trees around. But we did see some white pollen. I know the neighbors out there have some apple trees and peach trees and some other things that should be going here pretty soon. Overall, I think it's going really well, and I can't wait to check them again next week.